Hello, welcome back. Starting into autumn now, and I'm betting your gardens are looking a bit the worse for wear, a little bit dismal, especially your tomato plants. Well, it's just about getting around the time where you should be ripping those tomato plants out and turfing them in the compost bin. Don't dig them into the garden, it's not a good idea. They'll poison the soil. Dispose of them in the compost bin, get rid of them. Now you're left with bare soil through autumn. Through winter. If you're planning on planting anything in that patch the following spring, it's a great idea to sow it with broadbean seeds right about now. Now they're a great thing, they're a legume. What they do is they'll replenish the soil with nitrogen, well needed nitrogen that greedy, hungry tomatoes have leached out of the soil through spring and summer. So what happens with broadbean plants is that as they grow, they suck the nitrogen out of the air, store it in their roots in little nodes on the end of their roots, and during spring and summer, once the weather heats up and the days are getting longer, they release this nitrogen back into the soil where it's needed. Another great thing about broadbean seeds is that broadbean plants is that they have a strong, resilient root system that punches through the soil as they develop, aerating it and breaking down clods underneath the ground, loosening up the soil, in short. So they're a great thing. Another thing they do too is they attack soil-borne diseases, which are released also during spring and summer once the weather warms up. And these soil-borne diseases become airborne and infect your plants. Well, the broadbean root system also takes care of much of this. So it's a great idea. They're easy to grow. You don't need to really do anything. Just sow them in the ground. They'll grow and do their thing. There's enough moisture in the winter air in temperate climates to keep them going and growing. Remember one thing, once spring gets there and you're ready to get rid of them, chop them back at ground level. Make sure you leave the root system buried in the ground. Just cut off at soil level. You can dig this into the soil too and let it compost, but it's important you leave the root system in the ground. That's where all the nitrogen's stored. And this will be slowly released and the roots will rot away in compost. Provide extra nutrients to your growing plants. Another great idea with tomatoes is you should have alternate patches year after year where you grow tomatoes. Soil needs to rest at least for 12 months after you've had a tomato patch growing. Otherwise, you're just continuously leaching and degrading the soil, and you'll find that tomatoes will grow less and less year after year. So have two patches where you grow tomatoes. Let one patch rest one year while you grow them in the other, and then alternate, plant broadbeans in both during winter and keep replenishing that soil. If you follow my other video on how to grow masses of tomatoes, in combination with this video, there should be no excuse why you can't grow a crop that your neighbours all envy. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Look forward to talking to you again.